Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Sit down, kick your feet up, and just relax. We're ready for our next show. This show is about a very interesting and important subject. It's about, well, before we get started, hold on. First of all, I want to say hello to everybody. I hope that you're having a healthy, happy day. And I know sometimes it may not be a happy day, but at least for now, let's say I'm welcoming you to Talk of the Town with me, Marilyn K. Dorlack. Welcome, welcome. Come right on in. Make yourself comfortable, sit down like we always do, and let's talk about it. Okay? Let's talk about it. Today, our show is going to be about a very important and informative show. I've suffered with not only OCD, but just diagnosed this year, almost a year, lipedema. Now, some of you may be saying, what the heck is lipedema? Sounds like a Latin word or something. Lipedema is actually abnormal fat. I don't know if you can see this well enough, but it's abnormal fat right here that's trapped on your thighs and your arms. And what happens is that fat is accompanied with fluid that's in your body as well. And there's nowhere for it to go. This is lipedema. There's stages of this disease. And if you don't catch it in time, that fluid, can you imagine, that's trapped in your legs, in your arms, that fluid will become even more toxic. Thus, it could lead to cancer. So, I know this is a lot for you to hear, and some of you may have heard, your doctors may have said, oh, it's just fat. You're just obese. That's not true, and we're going to prove it. I want you to stay tuned to this show because now we have Congress stepping in to help us to gain more medical attention for this very debilitating, crippling condition that over time, if not treated, it can kill you. And I said it can because the legs get so big and so heavy, like having boulders dragging around all day from your arms to your legs, your thighs. You're trapped in a body that seems like the upper part is small, but the lower part is heavy. And then your arms, to do your hair, to do your take care of your daily routines, cooking, walking to the store, whatever, you can't hardly do these things. And we're finally being heard with shows like this, and we have a voice. Primarily, this happens to women mostly. So I want you to know you're not alone. By far, you are not alone. I lived with this condition for years, trying to run my legs away. And no matter how hard I ran and exercised and dieted, I still had heavy legs. I was discouraged a few times and I thought, what the heck? And I just look in the mirror and I say, well, everybody has heavy thighs. But that wasn't true. And the complications of lipedema started to take over my life. I wound up in the hospital more than I can even count or care to count. And I was diagnosed finally by a great doctor, and he wrote a letter that same day, and he says, a short letter, you rush to this doctor. And I did just like he said. I was nervous because he wouldn't have even seen my legs had I not pulled down my pant to show him the horrible monster that lurked underneath my pants. And the minute I showed him that, he he said, that is lymphedema. Lymphedema is cancerous cells. So therefore, if any of you are suffering with something that you think might be lipedema or lymphedema, go and Google specialists. And there are resources coming more available for people like us with who are suffering with this disease. And you will have to have surgery to remove this abnormal fat, more than likely. Some people have actually not had to go through the surgery and they can diet it off. But that's kind of rare, because once the cells, the lymphatic system is blocked, sometimes they're too heavy and there's way too much of the fat and fluid for them to ever think about jogging or walking or running or anything like that. So surgery is the only thing that mostly they could have. So I'm just letting you know there are options, and maybe you can diet. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not a doctor. So don't take my word for the truth on how much you can and cannot do to lose weight with the lipedema. So I have lost weight with lipedema, and there's certain things you can get books on Amazon or wherever about lymphedema diet and so forth. But do your research first and formally. If you're suffering with anything that looks like lymphedema or lymphedema, just Google doctors, okay? There is becoming more and more help available to us. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And that's the show for today. I'm going to cut it short because I think that's enough. It's a lot probably for you to just grasp, but don't let the doctors just write you off and say, you're fat, you're obese, go exercise. Because with lipedema, it's a whole different animal. Just to jog, it used to tear me down till I almost felt as though a bus hit me or something hit me so hard that I was totally debilitated the next day. So our bodies are different than the other person who can run and exercise. Oh, I used to do it. I'm living proof of it. But pretty soon the lymphedema started to take over my body. But I'm still fighting. And I want you to fight for yourself too. I want you to do one thing. We're about to end this show. Okay. I want you to take the right hand and put it on your left shoulder. Take the left hand and put it on your right shoulder and give yourself, one great big hug. That felt great. I'll see you next time.